Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Tuesday, January 27th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold and a few of the yen pairs. So, starting off on the US dollar index. Now, I've been saying this the last couple of days, but we're at a pretty important area because this is the 100% Fibonacci extension of this first wave projected out the top of this pullback right here. Now, ever since last April, the US dollar on the daily has been very sideways, making very overlapping three-way patterns. If it wants to do so, continue to do so, which it definitely can if it wants to, then this could be another, three-wave ABC type pattern going to the 100%, and it could end up turning back up in a very big way. Now, I'm not really confident that that is the case. I still think this is the end of a pullback. I still think this is a one, a two, and that we're currently in a wave three. If we're in a wave three, then we should go to at least a 161% Fibonacci extension of wave one, projected out the top of wave two, which lines up very, very nicely with my weekly time frame target down here around the 12,400, 12,300 area. So it definitely lines up very well. I am definitely looking at this as a one, two, three, not an ABC, but I always try to keep my options open. And if we do get, a very significant little break, which to me it looks like a one, two, three right now. I'm not really confident this is over. I mean, if it goes up, comes down, then goes up, and then breaks structure, that would be the 3, 4, 5 shape that would turn me back bullish. Otherwise, even if it does go up and do this, I would be looking at that as possibly just a pullback within a wave three downtrend. And if all the dollar pairs are in a wave three, by the way, then it needs to be a very, very strong trend. Wave threes need to be the strongest trend in the strongest wave in a trend, that is. So anyways, taking that information to the euro dollar back up to the daily time frame. Euro dollar is definitely at a pretty important resistance area, most likely. I mean, we are back up at these highs, probably is a very, very important area. Because of the US dollar index, there is a chance that this does turn back down and that this is all just one big corrective pattern. But if this over here is a wave one and we're now finishing with a wave two, ending a contracting triangle right here for a wave two, that means we're possibly in a wave three. And if we are in a wave three, this is going to continue to be a very, very strong trend. So at least until we get like engulfing down or break a structure to the downside, I am definitely very, very bullish. Now going down to the 1 hour time frame, it definitely looks like something that would potentially go down a little bit. It looks like a one, two, three, four, five, perfect five-way pattern. Now, even if it does break down on the 1 hour, that definitely doesn't tell me that this is a trend reversal. It could just end up being a pullback to the last 5 waves up. It could go to any one of these fib levels and continue the higher time frame uptrend. But we don't even know that it's going to do that until it actually breaks structure. It could easily make another higher low and just keep on going up. Like I said, if this really is a wave three trend, then it's going to be a very strong trend and it's likely going to just keep on making higher highs, higher lows, probably on a little bit of a longer time frame. So I'm definitely still looking for longs. If it breaks this low right here, then I would expect at least a 38 to maybe a 61% pullback. But someplace in this range is the pullback I would expect if we do end up breaking that low. Moving on to the pound dollar, pretty much the same exact story. We are obviously in a pretty important area right here. This has definitely been support and resistance in the past, as you can see. So it could possibly end up turning down here, but to me, it does look like a possible wave one, wave two, wave three also. If this really is a wave three, it's just going to make small pullbacks and it's just going to keep on trending up because wave threes are the biggest, strongest waves within a trend. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, all the dollar pairs are basically the same when it comes to the fact that they have a nice five-wave pattern up. When you do see five waves, often it does go down and break the low, and often it does make at least a 38% pullback, maybe even a 50% pullback before it actually ends up continuing the uptrend, which is very possible and very likely. We don't know that that's going to happen until it breaks this wave four low. It could easily, just like the euro dollar, make a higher low, make a higher low, and keep on trending up. I would definitely be recommending longs. If it breaks this low, then at that point I would recommend, a 38 to a 50% pullback. And if you're a short time trade trader, that could produce a few trades for sure. Moving on to the Aussie dollar, the Aussie has been a very, very strong pair. Definitely looks like we're in some sort of a wave three on the Aussie dollar. We are sitting at a pretty important fib level here also, but with how strong this wave up is, I really, really do not think, even if it does go down, I think there's an extremely good likelihood it's going to go up again because markets usually don't end with a strong wave like that unless there's like a big news event or something, which we do have FOMC tomorrow. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, we do not even really have a solid break below structure yet. If it rejects this structure and starts to engulf up, then it might make another long. If it decides to hold below this structure, then at that point I would expect someplace between a 38 to 78% pullback. If this really is a wave 3 trend, which it looks like it is, then it probably would not go to the 78. It would probably only make like a 38 to a 50% pullback before it actually ended up continuing the uptrend, maybe end up looking something like that. So like I said, it really depends on whether or not we're in a wave 3. If we really are in a wave 3, these are going to be very small pullbacks with very strong impulsive moves. Moving on to the US dollar CAD, kind of the same story. I mean, originally I was thinking that this was going to be like an A, B, C like this, but if the dollar analysis is right, then this actually could be the end of a pullback right here. This could potentially, this 5 waves down over here could be a 1, this could be a 2, and we could be in a 1, 2, 3 right now. So we potentially could be in a wave 3 of wave 3. So a second degree wave 3 is a very strong move. So if it is a second degree wave 3, then it should be very obvious because it should be a very strong push down. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I know I got a lot of levels right here, but the green Fibonacci is the one I'm paying attention to from here to here. We do have a little bit of a fib bounce. This move up looks a little too impulsive to me. I mean, it could just be an A, it could go down, make a B and a C, and then later on go back like that. Definitely very possible. But for me, a nice when we're possibly in a wave 3 trend on the higher time frames, if I see a fib bounce, if I see engulfing down, it's worth taking the chance, even if it is a wave B, because you might think it's a wave B and then it just keeps on trending down because we're in a strong wave 3 downtrend on the higher time frames. But probably the more likely thing to do, especially with FOMC tomorrow, is it's probably going to make some sort of a bigger ABC pullback, maybe a 50 or 60% pullback before it actually continues down. And moving on to the US dollar Swiss, very strong push down on the US dollar Swiss. Like I was saying yesterday, we are at a pretty important Fibonacci level on the weekly monthly time frame. The 78% is probably going to be a pretty important area. But just because we're at a fib level doesn't mean that we need to assume that it's going to go up. Now, if it starts engulfing up or breaking up, then that's a different story, but it hasn't done that yet, has it? So going down to the 1 hour time frame, we are definitely still very bearish. We definitely have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which, sorry, I can't draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave shape. If it does go up and break the high of wave 4, then we would expect at least a 38 to a 78% pullback. Probably end up doing something like this, and then probably end up continuing the downtrend later on. And until the higher time frames tell us otherwise, with the weekly's down, the daily is down, then anything we see to the upside, we do need to assume is likely just a pullback within a downtrend. We are in a very strong downtrend on the weekly, monthly, and daily time frames. And like I've been saying about the other pairs, it doesn't even have to break structure. I mean, this could just make a little ABC pullback, make a lower high, and just keep on going down. If these really are wave 3 trends, then they're going to be small pullbacks and strong impulsive moves in the direction of the higher time frames. Moving on to gold, I left my Fibonacci retracement on here from yesterday because if you are following along with my videos, then hopefully you got another nice little long out of gold. Every single day I come on here and say we are looking for longs on gold. Now going out to the daily time frame, we're sitting at a Fibonacci level, but that definitely doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that it needs to stop there. It could stop there, but it doesn't need to. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, this is what I said yesterday. I said this looks like an ABC pullback. I said if you get engulfing up at a fib level, it probably would make another nice long, and that's exactly what happened. For me personally, I would not recommend, even if you are a short time frame trader, I would not recommend anything but longs on gold, at least until we get a significant break to the downside at a Fibonacci retracement level, or in this case, a Fibonacci extension level from the daily, weekly time frame. And at this point, it would have to make a very impulsive move down, and even after that, I would probably wait for a pullback in order to even think about sorting this thing. I've been coming on here every single day saying nothing but longs on gold, and if you've been listening and following along with my videos, then you're probably making a lot of money. If you've been trying to pick the tops and go short, then you've probably been losing a lot of money on gold. So as usual, waiting for pullbacks. Either you're long already, waiting for an exit, or you're waiting for a pullback in order to go long. Moving on to the yen pairs, all the yen pairs did make a very strong push down. They definitely did break structure on the daily. They definitely did break structure on the weekly. Whether or not this is like an expanding ABC right here is the question. If it isn't expanding, it definitely could go back up, very far back up. If this right here really is a top on the daily weekly, which it could be because we do have breaks, then it's going to continue to make lower lows, lower highs, and it's going to be down. Right now, I would definitely be recommending shorts unless we get a nice break to the upside. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I would definitely be looking at anything I see to the upside as possibly just a pullback within a downtrend. But I would also expect to see at least a 38% pullback. There is also a gap right here, by the way, possibly even like a 60 or 78% pullback. So it really depends on what time frame you trade. For me personally, as more of a swing trader, I would definitely be waiting for a more proper pullback in order to go short again. If you're not a swing trader, more of a very short time frame trader, maybe you could get some logs out of it. And if you're trying to go long and it just keeps on going up, that's kind of like a bonus trade. So definitely pay attention to the price when it approaches these Fibonacci levels, though, because at any one of these Fib levels, it could break back to the downside and continue the possible weekly time frame downtrend that we are possibly starting. Moving on to the euro again, pretty much the exact same story. Every single one of these yen pairs look like they could be like one of those expanding flats, and they look like they could just keep on going up. It kind of almost seems like these big pushes down are like bear traps, and they might just keep on trending up very, very easily. But it definitely did break structure on the daily. It definitely did break structure on the weekly. It could now be in a downtrend. We need to kind of assume that it is in a downtrend unless it proves us otherwise because of the breaks of structure down. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, first thing I would do now is put my Fibonacci retracement on the whole move. We would expect to see a minimum 38% pullback, which we're sitting at now. This one also does have a gap up here at the 50%, so maybe it's more likely it goes up to the 50 or the 61%. If it makes, some sort of a nice little three-way pullback up to a fib level and golfing down, break a structure down at a fib level, then I would definitely continue to take it as a short. If you're a very short time frame trader, then you could be looking for longs, but be very, very careful trying to go long up against these fib levels because any one of these fib levels could cause the continuation of the higher time frame possible new downtrend that we might be in. And moving on to the pound yen, kind of the same story as the other ones. All the yen pairs definitely did break structure down on the daily, but a lot of the yen pairs really do look like they could be making some sort of a flat pattern, so we do have to be careful. They could keep going up. This one actually really hasn't confirmed a move down even on the weekly time frame yet. It only confirmed a move down on the daily, which so far it's actually rejecting that, which could be a sign that it might just keep on going up. That's why, if you are a short time frame trader, you definitely could be looking for some longs. But I would be very, very careful because every time it approaches one of these Fibonacci retracement levels, which right now we're sitting at the 38%, which there is a gap on this one also right near the 50%. But every single time it approaches one of these fib levels, be very, very careful trying to go long. Any one of these fib levels, it could break to the downside and start a brand new downtrend on the 1 hour time frame, which could possibly be the beginning stages of a big downtrend on the weekly time frame. So I would personally, if you're more of a swing trader, be waiting for shorts on the yen pairs. If you're more of a day trader, you could be looking for longs. Just be very, very, very careful when you approach these fib levels because any one of them, it could continue the downtrend, especially if this is potentially a top on the weekly time frame. So anyways, don't forget to check out my website, fxpipcollector.com. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading to everyone.